Hello, my darlings. I hope everybody is having a beautiful evening. So, I've kind of lost my voice a little bit, but my kids aren't here, and I just really want to do a video because this is where my heart is. This is what I love to do. So, this is the Leo love reading. I have decided to just go ahead and make my readings timeless because I just don't get them out fast enough. I'm a single parent and that's just my life. So this is a love reading, but it is timeless, okay? So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in. Spirit guides, guardian angels, higher selves, please step in and give us the message for Leo's highest good. What does Leo need to know in love? Okay, I'm gonna do this one to start. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay, I was not expecting that. Like I had to breathe. So you have, sorry, my nose started itching like really bad and I had to stop the recording for a minute, but I think that means like somebody is thinking about you. So yeah. Anyway, so the Three of Swords popped out as you saw, and so I mean obviously the Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. I mean, look at it. Like it's obvious that that's what that is. It can also be a card of separation, and which just kind of go hand in hand. The Star card on the bottom of the deck. So the Star card, you know, typically people say it's like the wish card and that kind of thing, but like what I'm getting is that this has to do with the stars aligning. Do you see? Like it's almost like it makes a constellation, and so the stars are aligning. And so even though that this situation I'm seeing is obviously very painful, I'm seeing this is like it's working in your favor. Like it's at this moment in time, it is for your highest good. Okay, now what happens in the future we shall see. I just saw 111, but right now the stars are aligning. Okay, so there's a purpose behind this. So let's see what else is going on for Leo in love. Oh, all right. The Page of Swords and the excuse me, and the Six of Cups. So the Page of Swords can be, you know, like hasty decisions, impulsivity. You know, this card, people typically call it like the card of watching other people's social media. And I think the reason for that is like primarily, there are a lot of reasons, but primarily I see this as like, think of the reaction that you have if you look at another person's social media and you see something that you don't want to see. You know, if you you know, say as a trauma response, you react and you just instantly cut them out of your life and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, and you self-protect. That's kind of this energy right here where, you know, it's like it can be self-sabotaging. It can be just, you know, impulsively ending things with somebody. It can be digging for information just to back your way out. Sorry, my fan started doing something weird. Okay, back to the message. So it came out with the Six of Cups. So it's like the way that I'm seeing this is that like you could be watching a person that you used to be with, like an ex, their social media. An ex could be watching your social media. Or there's a couple scenarios, or you are currently dealing with somebody who is just really impulsive in their behavior, just not really like thinking things through, just, you know, just like ending it or saying harsh words, that kind of thing, based off of things that they've uncovered or that they've noticed, or honestly, they could just be projecting issues that they have from a past relationship onto you. So that's a couple scenarios that I'm seeing here. Obviously, it's going to resonate differently for all kinds of people. But yeah, I mean, the Six of Cups. Oh, it's so interesting. Okay, another thing about this Six of Cups with the Page of Swords is this could be very childlike behavior, because the Six of Cups can also be, you know, like your inner child. And like when your inner child is running the show, you know, you can be a little immature, you know, and just, like I said, act impulsively, self-sabotage, you know, things like that. And just like not really think things through, you know, just act, you know, instead of like responding. There's a lot of acting and reacting, and, you know, not actually taking any time to say like, okay, is this something I really should do? Should I try to communicate and like, you know, work this through? Instead, it's just like, you know, let's just end this right now. I can't do this, and just take off and run, right? This is why I try to tell people, don't look at other people's social media. It's not something that I do. Ask yourself, like, do I really like, if I do this, is this me loving myself? Because I don't do it. I don't look at other people's social media because it just never goes well. It never goes well. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, the King of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. So like, I know that this probably sounds kind of strange, but like with the King of Pentacles, I get daddy issue vibes, okay? Like there's just, it's almost like it's not even just almost, it's like there's playing out a specific scenario / pattern that has been occurring since childhood, and where it involves making hasty decisions and being very impulsive, okay? I'm also getting the vibe of not putting yourself first, okay? Like honoring your love for yourself. So this can be you, or this can be a person that you're dealing with, or honestly, it could be both of you. So, yeah. Okay. Let's get something else or what else do you have for Leo? My nose itches again. Wait, that's the Four of Cups. I thought it was the Empress. It's the Four of Cups. And so it's really interesting because I just saw a Four of Cups the other day where there was a child on it. And, you know, the Four of Cups can be kind of like the bratty card, you know, and just like, no, I don't want that cup. It's not what I asked for, that kind of thing. Like very like Veruca Salt kind of vibes, you know. That's the Four of Cups. It can be just dissatisfied, ungratefulness. And but again, like I saw a child on that Four of Cups card, another one that I saw, and what I got from that card was not receiving the divine messages, because like this child was too caught up in the drama, okay? And so that's what I'm getting here, is that there's too much getting caught up in the drama of everything and not doing what she's doing, which is centering herself. I see this because that's like, to me, the Four of Cups is not like a centered kind of card, you know? To me, it's like, it's focusing on all the wrong things, okay? And so therefore the situation has ended up in this, okay? But I will say that this opportunity, because this Star card was here, this opportunity has come about to enable both parties to grow a little bit. Whether you choose to do that together or separately, that's your free will. That's up to you. But I'm just here to give you the messages of the energies that are on this table. So, okay, let's get some clarification. The Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Pentacles is my self-care card. This is the way that I see the Eight of Pentacles, because that's the way it typically comes out whenever there is some kind of like situation like this. The Eight of Pentacles will come out to say, okay, honey, it's time for you to spend some time with yourself, you know, take some bubble baths, go on walks, do some art, write in your journal. Sorry about the noise. And like really put your effort into yourself, you know? This could be to you or to them. Now, if you're pretty heartbroken right now, look, you see how she's like doing art, she's painting. I'm telling you, like, for me, that was like the number one thing that helped me through my grief last year, was my creative projects. And honestly, starting a YouTube channel was one of them. It just is like, this helps me, you know? So, start getting artistic, truly, and love yourself, you know? Love yourself through your creative expression. Okay. So let's get you some clarifiers. Sorry, I gotta move these around. It's bugging me. Okay, what is this Three of Swords about? The Ten of Pentacles. What was I saying? That this was, like, all this came about because it was a pattern that keeps playing out, or a cycle, you know, or both. They're basically the same thing, that keeps playing out in yours or their life. And it has come about to give you the opportunity to grow. And the Ten of Pentacles, it's like, there's a couple of different ways to see the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you can see it as like, you know, starting to reap the benefits of all your efforts in life. Or you can also look at the three generations on the card and go, okay, so, I mean, obviously, like, what the elderly guy here has passed down to them, they've decided to filter out what works for them and what doesn't, you know, and then they go on to teach this child or children what they've decided works for them and what doesn't, based on their life experiences and their lessons. And then this child is going to grow up and do the same. Okay. And sometimes, like, if there's a lot of pain that's passed down through, you know, generation after generation after generation, and, you know, you have certain people who just don't deal with it. They push it aside. They become workaholics. They, you know, they drink or a lot, or they, you know, focus a lot on relationships and that kind of thing. They're codependent. Then the lessons don't get learned. And then next thing you know, 3 generations, you have somebody who's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to feel it, and I have to walk through it and break the cycle. And so that could be you. You know, I mean, it's not, I've done it. It's not fun, but that could be you. Like, it's like the stars have aligned to give you the opportunity to break the cycle by teaching you how to spend some time with yourself, to love yourself, you know, like what you've been taught or what you've been shown regarding who you choose in relationships and how you show up in relationships and what you accept in relationships is all starting to change, because you've been given this amazing opportunity for growth. And I know that sometimes it's not all that fun. You're like, oh, I have to grow again? Great. But that is what I'm seeing here for you, is that, like, this is all aligned to help you grow. So let's get some information on this Page of Swords. What's this Page of Swords doing here? The 9 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Okay, so the way that I'm seeing this is, like, the 9 of Cups is the card of, like, emotional fulfillment, and it can be making a wish, you know. Sometimes you'll see stars or genie lamps and that kind of thing. But, I mean, I see it as, like, something that's different than the experiences that you've had before, and now comes the time to be emotionally fulfilled on your own and not needing another person to do that for you. And the reason why, like, I saw a daddy issue or a masculine issue, please, change out the gender as you need to, okay? But like an issue regarding, a parental figure, is because, like, a lot of times, kids just have parents who are emotionally unavailable, and then we grow up and we seek out emotionally unavailable people because that's what we know, that's what we're used to, that is a familiar territory, right? But like with this Page of Swords, is even though there could be some immature, hasty, decisions, it's leading to this. It's leading to the opportunity to be emotionally fulfilled without that baggage of, those people that carry that same baggage or that same kind of pattern or that same kind of, behavior patterns in their life. And now it's like you're like, okay, well, I'm ready to just be emotionally fulfilled on my own and not attract those kind of people. And this can also be a card of law of attraction. So now you're emotionally fulfilled on your own and you are attracting people like that, okay? And so there's a lot of like movement. This is a card of movement, but like passion and fire, intensity, drive, motivation all just came to my mind at once, and I was like, so, but that's like all the words that came to me. It's like there's just so much movement, like so much development that's going to happen as a result of this. It looks like just a really hasty decision, okay? And I know I keep saying that word, but like that's like it just, in an instant, I can't do this, or in an instant saying, look, because look how she's holding her sword, like she's ready to slam that down, but it's curved. And so it's curved to say that there wasn't like actually any clear communication. There may not have actually been clear insight to why this action was taken. It was just done in an instant, okay? And it carried a lot of weight though. Like, even though it may have been a sort of frivolous action or reaction, it carried a lot of weight that seems to stem from things that you've carried around in your life, okay? Or them, switch it out as you need to. But now it's leading you to this amazing healing opportunity where you are going to feel remarkably different and attract people who are remarkably different, okay? Whoa. Okay. So why is this Six of Cups here? I just saw the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and that's the card of journey to me, like going on a new journey, doing something different. And it also, like with the Knight of Pentacles, it can take a really long time. Like it could take a lifetime to get you to that place where you're ready to go on a new journey. Okay, what's this Six of Cups about? The King of Wands is in reverse. So the King of Wands upright is that drive, that motivation, that, it can be a lot of passion and intensity, but it's in reverse and it's under the Six of Cups. And so to me, I'm seeing this as bye-bye. Bye-bye to this person, okay? Two things. This can be you, like you've lost the passion and the desire for somebody and you're like, just no, it just doesn't work for me anymore. Or they have, or both, honestly, both people have just been like, it's just not gonna work. Or, there was the King of Wands in reverse can be that just an impulsive person, who because the King of Wands upright can be very loyal and have a lot of integrity, have, you know, honor and that kind of thing. And in reverse, this can be like vengeful, it can be disrespectful, can also be like just angry and rash. What's the word that it can even, the King of Wands reverse can even be violent, okay? I just switched these cards up. So if that is a cycle that's playing out in your life, and it's been a continual cycle, like a cycle of abuse that's been playing out since childhood, then absolutely seize this opportunity to come into your growth and your personal happiness, okay? Absolutely, please do that. But the King of Wands reverse can be pretty disrespectful. I mean, really, but it can also just be a blockage. Like this has not worked out with this person that you were seeing. I'm sorry, I live by a freeway. That you were seeing, okay? But again, because it's under the Six of Cups, and I got like a childhood, like an inner child kind of vibe about it, it could be a cycle of abuse that's played out in your life, which could be physical, it can also be verbal, emotional, that kind of thing. So I do want to say that, because that's a possibility that's here. So the Four of Cups, oh, and the Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. So the Five of Swords can be like she's really standing up for herself. She's got this shield here, you know. Most Five of Swords don't really look like this, but she has a shield and she looks proud of her decision. And but there's still a little mental conflict about it. Like, did I do the right thing? You know, am I making the right decision? Is this what I should do? That kind of thing. It's not like not fully there, ready to pack your things and move into, and you know, move on in the boat and just leave. There's still like a little bit of mental conflict about it, like, you know, is this the right decision? But this is the card of standing up for yourself too. And so you may have finally just put your foot down regarding what you're willing to tolerate, and you know what you're not gonna tolerate. I wasn't actually quite asking my question. The Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles can be lies, deception, you know, misrepresentation. It can be inconsistency, juggling you and another person, that kind of thing. And with the King of Wands in reverse, it could be, you know, promiscuity and finding out with this Page of Swords, finding out the truth and being like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not somebody's second choice. Why is this Four of Cups here? And feeling taken for granted? Why is this Four of Cups here? The Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So it seems as though it's really interesting, because the Four of Pentacles is typically like this scarcity mindset, like feeling like you have to cling to everything around you because of a fear of loss, a fear of not having enough, that kind of thing. So it's the way that I'm seeing this now is that there's this opportunity behind you. It's a glowing opportunity. It's an opportunity. This is the opportunity, the emotional fulfillment. Okay, this inner work on yourself, like this glowing opportunity, and you're still looking down here at these cups right here, or they are, but I'm starting to feel like this is you. And there is a need to release that, because like, don't cling to what this was, because it's blocking your blessings. That's the phrase that came to my mind. It is blocking your blessings. And you may not see that right now, especially like if you think that you love somebody, or, you know, they say that they love you and that kind of thing. It can be very difficult to see like the light at the end of the tunnel around this person or on the other side of this person. But what I'm seeing is that there's a glowing opportunity for you, and it's in a new direction, like just jumping in with both feet and trusting the universe and trusting the process. And like I was saying, like everything aligning for a very specific reason, and trusting that, and just like releasing control, you know? Wow. Okay. So the Lover's card is on the bottom of the deck. I'm just, okay, the Page of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. I mean, I'm starting to kind of get a little bit of the third party vibe going on, but I mean, additionally, with the Lover's card, it can be unrequited at times. I mean, it really can. You know, sometimes the Lover's card comes out and I'm like, oh, and then other times when it's here with like a reading like this, it's sort of unrequited, as in you are trying to make something work that is not really for your benefit. You know, it's not for your highest good, or it's not really meant to work. And the stars are trying to guide you elsewhere. It can also mean that you're incompatible. Your zodiac placements are just incompatible with each other, and you're just not going to be able to make it work, you know? Like, you're just not going to be able to. So I wanted to say that part too. Okay, let's get you one of these cards. Actually, no. Observer is on the bottom of the deck, though. That's that Page of Swords. Okay, but I want to get you one of these. I haven't used these in a long time. I just decided to, like, last weekend. They're so cute. If I can shuffle them. Where did it go? The Mask card. The Mask. So I'm seeing this. Remember I said the word misrepresenting? That can be this. Like, somebody is pretending, hiding who they are. It can also be disclosing real feelings. But with this King of Wands reversed here, I'm seeing misrepresentation. Like, remember that Seven of Swords? Like, somebody deceived you, okay? And like, it's a lot different than what you were thinking that it is. Karmic relationship is on the bottom of the deck. You know, remember I was talking about lessons, triggers, that kind of thing, like cycles and patterns. Okay, what else do you have, Spirit? The Snake. The Snake. This is that card of deception. It can also be another woman. And I was saying that there was that potential for a like third party vibe going on here. But additionally, it's just the enemy. It's malicious. It's somebody who's disrespectful to you, who could be verbally abusive to you, doesn't treat you right. And it's time to just say bye-bye. You know, I don't need this. There's a need to make a decision, you know, and not allow yourself to be strung along by somebody who doesn't value you. Okay, I want to get one more. I just want to get one more. I don't know why. I just do. Oh my gosh, that was so many cards. Heartbroken, as if we didn't already know that. Yeah, all pathways in this situation lead to heartbreak, is what I'm seeing. Okay, now let's get one of these. Remember, observer was on the bottom of the deck. Inner freaking child. What was I saying? There's some serious inner child cycles that seem to be playing out, and now it's like your inner child, the Fool card, can be related to the inner child as well, but this is more of like a healing, you know, like it's also, wait, hold on, it's like the lessons of learning throughout your adulthood, your adolescence, and your adulthood with the Fool, because like he goes through all these different phases on his journey. But if you're thinking of it in terms of like starting over after going through a few journeys, then there's a lot of healing that's taken place with the Fool, and the ability to just keep moving and going forward, and not allowing it to change or jade you. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm seeing this, is like, yeah, there's been a lot of experiences in your life from your inner childhood up until now, and some of them might have been really freaking painful, but there's now this time to step in and really love yourself through this process so that you can be emotionally fulfilled. And it's so wild because I just thought about this Lovers card and the Next World Tarot, and in that tarot the woman is looking at herself or their self in the mirror and loving on themselves, okay? And I really, like, that's what I got, because look, you see how they're mirroring each other, these flamingos, and it's really interesting because I do believe that flamingos actually symbolize self-love, and I would normally look that up. I'm gonna look it up, sorry. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I looked it up. And what really stood out to me regarding like the flamingo description is that the flamingo has come into your life at this time to restore some balance, and that it is time to give back to yourself. Okay, that was like the main thing that stood out to me. And so now it's like, this is saying it's time to give back to yourself. Like, it's time to invest in your emotional well-being. It's time to invest in your healing, especially with this Star card. It's time to invest in your healing, in you loving your inner child, you know, and you like jumping forward in a completely new direction. So let's see what, oh, here they are. Let's get you another card, and then I want to get you numbing. Wow, so I feel like what is this is about, because the Five of Cups is on the bottom of the deck over here, you could numb yourself a lot, and settling is underneath that, and settle in relationships with people just to have somebody. Like you just, you don't love yourself enough to actually just allow it to go after a true person, and you keep settling for the familiar patterns and behaviors and other people that have just not done any good for you in your life. And it's like you didn't even realize that you deserved better than that, but you do. So let's get a Universe Has Your Back card, because I just feel like that is what you're needing. So yeah, I choose to learn through love is on the bottom of the deck. What do you have for Leo? When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. That's you right here, leaning on the faith of the universe with this Fool card. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. You've chosen fear in the past. You've been afraid of going for somebody different. You've been afraid of breaking your patterns. You've been afraid of loving yourself. You've been afraid of healing. So you stay in these familiar patterns with the same type of people, disrespectful people who do not treat you right. And it's like you don't see this glowing opportunity behind you. Remember, as I was saying, of something different, of a new life, and it's like you stay in fear. You stay in fear of letting people who are true and real love you, and instead just settling for misery. So this is a lot to think about. It's a pretty intense reading, but you got this. And if you're looking for a personal reading, you can contact me down below, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Bye for now.